hear him. Oh, no, that wasn't him. It was Max who dropped back in again.
There he is.
There he is. This guy.
Oh, I hear him. He's here.
No, that wasn't him. It was Max who dropped back in again.
There he is. Uh-oh.
This guy. We've got the YouTube lag.
Is that it? I don't like There you go. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
you can hear me.
You know what I don't
way
like?
too fancy with that mic in your hand, man.
Yeah, dude. How much I realize I'm gonna have to stand here like a complete douchebag holding a microphone for like an hour. I didn't really
like a douchebag. Like a douchebag.
You look like a newscaster there. I love it, though, man. I love it.
I have the green screen. I could definitely do the weather thing.
Do the weather.
You know what's embarrassing that I just realized? It took me probably up to maybe 5 minutes ago that I realized that Decking Around is a play on dicking around.
It is a play on dicking around.
It is.
And yeah, it actually is. So that was kind of the inception of it there.
I'm embarrassed that it took that long. How you guys doing, man? I've been joining in on the stream. You guys are definitely way more talented than I can ever be at anything when it comes to design and stuff.
Yeah, Jackson is killing it over here, no question about it. And honestly, the people we had on, Footface, that is AKA Jackson Robinson, the man behind King's Wild Project. But for the 24-hour stream, one of the ways we always love to get people involved is anyone who does a super chat gets the chance to change Jackson's name for the foreseeable future. So
great times.
We gotta be careful because PigCake might actually might throw in a super chat there. We might
going in there. That could be pretty dangerous.
Jesus.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Patriots did that once and it ended up being terrible for them. The football team. I don't know if you've seen that. I definitely can't mention what they wrote, but it was a contest where it was automatically picked the highest voted tweet. And they put it on the back of a jersey, and it wasn't something pleasant by any means.
No way.
So I'm glad that you guys at least you could vet them, like you vet the
yes, we can vet them with the super chat. Thankfully, well, and it's funny too because there was that whole thing like probably like 5 or 6 years ago where that one country wanted to let the people name their boat. And it ended up being that they named the boat Bodie McBoatface. I mean, at least that's like family friendly, but like
right. That's
quality.
So good.
Quality. So you guys are doing 24 hours. That's nuts.
Yes.
Well,
here's
this
is the second annual.
We're doing 24 hours, but if Jackson can't finish his deck because he's slow as hell,
I'm gonna finish
it. It'll be longer.
Okay.
Steve thinks that, but
it'll
be 24 hours and 4 seconds. Jackson will finish the deck.
Well, you know what I realized?
As long as it takes me.
What I realized is that I thought that this would have been because when you asked me to pick like the time frame, I'm like, oh man, let me go for when you guys are already done and tired and upset and just at the like the 9th or the 12th hour. But it's just like you guys have been doing this for 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, we're just rolling into the 7th hour here, so we're still pretty invigorated. You know who actually had the same idea though was Andre Pishnichka, the butterfly playing card magician. He was like, "What's the last slot you have available?" We're like 7 a.m. Sunday. He's like, "I'll take it.
I'll take it."
And Andre, when he comes on, I'm gonna tell you, they never go the way we plan. But dude, we're glad to have you on though. We've been talking about having you on the show for a very long time, and we're glad to finally have you on for the 24 hours.
I appreciate it. I don't know what we were talking about. I don't know if I could like my tolerance for talking about playing cards is probably 15 seconds.
So
and then
this is the great thing about it is we don't talk about playing cards. Thankfully, very rarely do we talk about playing cards more than like a minute. But what we always like to do, and to give you the kind of rundown of Deckin Around, is we like to talk to the creator behind the scenes. And I think the funny thing about it for you is that you are purely you 100% of the time. And that's one of the things I respect the most about you is so many people out there are 60% themselves on a good day. You know, you are literally you 100% of the time. When I was going through your Instagram, I'm like, I got to find a great picture for the story for him. And I found the one of you on the motorcycle with the cigar. I'm like, this is fucking it. No question about it. Joel, thank you for the support, man. We appreciate it. And his name is going to be Daniel. That's
Daniel.
All right.
All right.
I feel like he's more insulted from that than Footface.
Yeah, that's really annoying. That's like giving a dog a human name. It's like Trevor.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
I'm gonna do a super chat and name him Jew Boy.
Oh my God!
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Steve's the resident Jewish guy, so you know.
Okay, I'm the Arab, so there's like if there's is there conflict? I don't know. I always hear that there's conflict,
but I don't have any conflict here, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if
Steve's he's a peaceful kind of guy. He's a pacifist.
Peaceful guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that DJ Khaled video where DJ Khaled is obviously a very kind of like surface level Arab guy, and he's with this Jewish person, and they're holding hands, and they go, look at this unity right here. This is what we should have, unity. And of course, it's DJ Khaled being the most embarrassing person in the history of history. So I just found that funny. We could do that here. Would it be here?
Ready?
There you go.
Other side.
You would think after. This is a little sexual.
Yeah, there's kind of sexual.
Like it.
I don't know.
Can you feel it? Can you feel
it?
Unity. Yeah, I felt it.
The unity.
That's
oh my God, and that's the last time PigCake came on after the unity.
Yeah, shalom, bro. That's shalom.
Well, that's good, man. I've seen your podcast around, and I'm like, because initially I had a friend of mine that approached me, and then now unfortunately we do a podcast, and I'm not a fan of it because he's a terrible person. But his initial pitch to me was, dude, we could just talk about playing cards. I'm like, what? For what? For 2 hours? What are you going to talk? The finish? And then I've been watching you guys talk about, the different artists and stuff, and the different people, and the different, how everybody's involved in this community, and it's tremendous and amazing. I'm like, God damn, this is definitely
it's surprising.
Yeah,
it's surprising. But yeah, so it's funny because we started out talking about playing cards, and Steve and I have kind of evolved over time to really touch on a lot of the creator space, so we've been looking more at Kickstarter these days. Probably maybe 5-6 weeks ago, we had a woman on who illustrates these dope jigsaw puzzles, which never would have thought much about it, because every time I've done a jigsaw puzzle, it's been like a Thomas Kincaid print or some generic ass thing you pick up at the grocery store. But these artists do such amazing work in the mediums. I don't know where you even pick up puzzles. KB Toys, I don't know, places that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all gone.
I spent my Jeffrey dollars to get a puzzle over at Toys R Us. And
that's a dated
Target
reference.
has no puzzles. What are you talking
How old
about?
are you?
I'm old enough to know. Yeah, I'm 36.
Older than you, bro.
Enough,
yeah, I was gonna say
you guys, all three of you guys are little babies on here.
Yeah, dude, that's the worst. Well, I mean, I'm unfortunately by height, I always seem younger than I am. Like, I don't know how clever I've been at hiding this, but you could see the kind of correlation between me and the background here. I'm a short man.
That's a 9-foot screen, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what it is. I blame my mom. She was like, she's not dead yet, but she's a like a short meatball of a Cuban woman, and then gave me no hope. Like, imagine trying to approach ladies looking like this.
Dude,
you got the confidence. You got the confidence. That's what it takes.
Yeah, and as long as you're not wearing a white wife beater, you can wear a black.
Yeah,
one. The white.
Yeah, but this one is it has a thing on it. It has a thing. It says short for my dick tall. So I let him know. I let him know from the very beginning. And then I always have a go-to. It says short for my dick tall, but I go, not true. It's not true. So I'm humble.
There you go.
How old
That's
are you?
how I approach them. I'm 31 years old, which is again.
You're the youngest on the stream. You're the youngest on the stream. Yeah.
Okay, dude, that's
I'm the oldest.
And you might not be the shortest on the stream though either. So how tall are you?
Well, that's the thing, right? I notice how there's no hesitation for my age, but then my height, you always have to add and round up and then do things. So technically, I'm 6'8" if I round up. But 5'3", dude. Look at that.
Really?
No way. Really?
5'3". Look at this.
Damn.
This is 5'3" right here. This is what I
you know how to frame it on the screen though, dude. You know how to frame it. I would never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a logistics question now. How do you get on a motorcycle at 5'3"?
What what's embarrassing about
it's called a 250, bro.
The platform shoes?
That's not a task. I should run over to where you are right now. Get on a step ladder, and but I used to have a 250. All right, I used to have a 250. But here's the embarrassing part. I maybe 2.5 years ago, I got ran over while I was riding my 250. Right,
oh, damn.
And the bike was a total loss. So I had to look for another bike.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Well, yeah, no, it was great. It was tremendous. Real life Arab Hobbit. That's that's tremendous.
Oh, look at this one. Look at this one.
His camera's on the floor. I just want to find whoever that is. But
we'll give you his address after.
I had to look for new bikes, right? Yeah. I had to look for new bikes, and when I tested one, I couldn't reach the brakes, dude.
Oh, really?
I couldn't reach the brakes. It was embarrassing. The guy's like, "Oh, you don't like the bike?" I'm like, "I love it, but I just can't reach the brake, man. Come on, man. What is this? A joke?" It was so embarrassing because I just had to nib the tip but I couldn't press it the entire way. And I think that might be one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
Dude. So what did you do then? Like, how do you go about finding a bike now? Then do you just have to get like lowering springs, or
that's hysterical? There? I feel like there's a level of like what is it, sarcasm there that's just poking at the height.
Dude, I'm 5'6". I've gone through my whole life being short, and I've genuinely suffered from this as well because I had a motorcycle and I could barely touch the ground. Yeah, dude.
I'm sure too.
Lift them up.
Right here, short kings. Well, no, I'm hoping that you put your hand on my hand. There you go. Short kings attack.
That, yeah.
If we combine like it's Dragon Ball Z, we turn into a normal sized person.
There you go. Right? We'll be 5'9".
We'll be 5'9". We'll be the average height of a man. But the bike that I have now, it's a 750. It's a V Star, and it's good. Nice. I mean, they're not. There's no problem with those. It's just the weird, annoying, sporty bikes that are lifted that I can't ride those. I have to have my feet on the ground. Yeah, no, thank you, dude. I had a
Suzuki SV650 because I had that same issue. It was the only bike where I could touch my feet.
Okay, so you're a crotch rocket fan.
You know what though? I was on board with it. Yeah, I liked it. And then I heard the Aprilas are pretty good because they have lowering springs you can do on them too. But
yeah, no. But this one is, and this one actually came with its own can of worms because when I bought it from a scammy Argentinian guy. And I had to have the engine replaced because he filled it up with straight up like maple syrup running that shit. So
really?
I don't know what
it was. Canadian maple syrup or what?
It could have been. It could have been Argentinian oil for all I know, because the bike I just died one day and I'm like, oh great, yeah, what a nice track record I have with motorcycles. So fun. But we're here to talk about playing cards, boys. All right.
We're here to talk about whatever you want. This is the good part about Deckin Around. We can literally talk about everything.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I have some questions for you guys in regards to playing cards, right? I took out my trunk. First of all, I get sent playing cards, right? All the time. Okay. Graciously, right? I'm a gracious individual. Don't think that I'm just, oh my God, I get sent playing cards and I'm not great. I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful to it. But I have too many playing cards, and I think that's a problem because I like, obviously I'm a magician. I make my living doing magic tricks, but I just have mounds of cards that are just there, stagnant. Yeah. Right. And I'm not a huge fan. I'm sorry to be on a podcast that's called Deckin Around, but I'm not a huge fan of playing cards. Like I myself am not a huge fan. But can you explain to me? Like these are ones that I made funny videos with, and I think that's the extent. But what do you think is the actual appeal? Like, do people buy cards like these? These are the fun guys. Let me see.
Oh my God. I know which deck that is.
Do you know what this is? Could you explain?
I do know what deck that is. Yeah.
Decks.
So people do not buy that weapon, but when you get a brick, I think, from PCD, they will send you that deck for free because they're trying to get rid of it.
They're trying to get rid of that.
But people do like those bicycle-ish decks.
Yeah.
Chicken deck? Like
same designer.
Yeah, I had,
Same company.
What I had was for this one, I did a review on it. I did a video on it where I went and I pretended to be an expert in mushrooms, and I went around finding the cards in a forest. This one I haven't done yet. It's been written up for years, but what I want to do is I want to feed chicken to chickens, and I want to have a deck review with like hundreds of chickens, but nobody wants me around their chickens for that reason.
I'll do it.
You'll do it. Yeah,
I'll do it. Pick me.
Oh, good.
PigCake.
There you go. All right, so yeah, we could definitely do a review of the chicken deck.
Dude, come up to like the East Coast, northern East Coast. You can find a lot of places with chicken farms. They'd be more than willing to let you hang out with their chickens for a bit.
Well, I live in Miami.
I'll call my aunt and make it happen for you.
Are you? Is that your chicken voice?
Yeah. Oh my God!
Is that how you think a chicken sounds?
Yep.
That's fucking hysterical. But I live in Miami. There's chickens on the street all the time, right? It's just that I want like an extraordinarily ridiculous amount of chickens to do the review, but it's been in the can for like ever as far as that. So I have a bunch of those style decks, which is hysterical. I also have like these gentlemen wakes, right? These are like the prototypes, which apparently are selling on eBay for like a lot.
People love the stuff that Omar does.
No, yeah, he's great. I always, every time we talk, I always make sure to make him uncomfortable sexually because he's a very attractive man.
Oh my God, yeah, he's the most handsome person we've ever had on the show. I'll be honest, man. No offense to you, PigCake or Jackson there, but
I'm not taking it.
He's a stunner.
Throw me under the bus like that,
Steve.
Yeah, because you're chicken. You got a chicken face right now. You
have chicken face.
I'm chicken because he always throws me under buses. That's why.
I love this whole chicken persona here. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a new bit that you're trying to work in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where you guys look? Are you guys far away from each other or nearby, or where you guys?
So
located?
I'm on the East Coast. I'm up in New Jersey, and Steve's actually out in California near San Francisco, and Jackson is in Tennessee.
Tennessee, damn. Okay, I wanted to go up there recently to Tennessee just because I want to get hammered, like in what would be considered like a country bar, which we don't have here. All we have are Cubano bars down here, which is, I mean, there's you have your limit of fun at those places, you know. There's only enough mojitos I could have before I'm just like I want to do country stuff.
There you go. Nice. Tennessee would be a good spot to go. Then you go to Nashville, really live it up.
Oh yeah, man, yeah, that's
dude. You can eat a ton of dope food, like
Yeah,
chicken.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, but if you're a chicken face, you should be against people eating chicken because they'd be eating you.
I'm the black chicken of the family, all right?
You're the black chicken. Wow. In 2021.
I do what I want.
In 2020, we're bringing up the racial divide in the chicken family. That's crazy.
No, black sheep, get it? But I couldn't say black sheep.
Black sheep. I think they're called something different now. I think it's POC chicken.
Very well could be.
There was some beef with this deck, right?
Oh, so that was the Luna something.
Luna deck,
yeah.
That's the only. That's what I like to thrive in, like the beef that's taking place in the community. That's where I kind of like just gravitate.
Yeah, they got sued over that deck.
They got sued. Okay, but that brings an interesting point.
Sued. Yeah.
Like, what about this? This guy didn't get sued.
No, because that one was a copyright free design originally. Yeah.
The Jazzy Stripes are copyright free.
Yeah. What? So anyone could have done that one. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. Yeah, so that's a little weird thing that I didn't know that. I didn't know it's like magic. Like, are you going to copyright a trick? No, right? There's nothing stopping you.
Some people do.
So the interesting thing about the Luna one and why it got sued was because of the way the tuck opened, and it mimicked a Bombay gin box that they had done, and they had actually patented the design, and so it was patent infringement. Yeah,
mine broke. Yeah, broken box there, dude.
Yeah, Omar actually.
That means you loved it well.
Well, no, the first time I opened this, gentleman away gave it to me, and then I opened it. I'm like, whoa, man, this is crazy. This is a cool deck. And then I took it back home, and it ripped. So I'm like, he gave me a broken deck.
You were too excited when you opened it.
I was to see him. I was like, oh my god, I want him so bad. But I remember first time I met him, we met up at like a weird Cuban, not a weird Cuban. It's a local Cuban restaurant, but it looked like a crime meetup. And I'm like, oh. You know, there's like smoke in the room, and then he's there fucking in my head. He has a cigar. He's like, oh, come to my table. He has a table set up with like $1,000 tequila. But that's when I first met him. And the worst part is that he's made like 4 decks, and every time I'm apprehensive to talk to him because he brings up, hey, where's your deck? Where's your deck, dude? I've come up with 3 decks, 4 decks now.
You know what, dude? You can ask him that right now too. Be like, "Where's your deck, bro?"
Well, his deck is. I mean, he's come up with at least 2 so far that I think.
But the other one hasn't fulfilled yet. It was a joke. That's what I'm saying. You can say, "Where's your deck?"
Yeah, it's been delayed. Yeah, just because
we've been waiting on it for like a year.
Yeah.
What the ridiculous part about it was he kept adding shit, and I'm like, dude, you're crazy because he's adding so much value like for that because it's a lot of money, but at the same time, okay, they're getting a coin and this and that and this. I'm like, I'm not with my deck. You're getting a deck and shut up. All right, stop talking to me. Don't even look at me.
You're lucky
you
get a tuck box.
Keep moving.
Just comes in a rubber band.
Yeah, you're
that's
lucky.
It. Yeah. It comes in the rubber band is broken because it's like reused. Like I don't know. That's how mine is. But I've been sitting on a design.
Tyler, are we gonna give away this? Oh, did we already do it? Oh, we already did it. Forget it.
Yeah, you're on the show, man. How do you not know what you're giving away?
Not bad.
Well, this is no longer Steve. It's Chicken Face now, which
I know.
Feels juvenile to call you that. I don't feel comfortable calling
my face.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't tell if the chicken has like a 5 o'clock shadow or is that just like fur.
Yeah, I think it's Steve's beard coming in on the bottom there.
It's called roast. I'm roasted.
Every time. You guys are gonna get Xavier on the show, right?
Yes, he'll be on tonight at like I think 1 o'clock or midnight.
Okay. How about this one? You like this one?
There you go. Is that sponsored?
Yeah. You like it?
That's sick. That is not attractive.
This hour is sponsored by McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Don't say things like that. McDonald's did not sponsor this hour. Don't give them free advertising.
The reason I bring up Xavier is because every time I call him, He does two things, right? He number one shows off his setup. He goes, no, you got to check this out. I'm like, dude, I'm calling you about something. And then the other thing he does is I'll just be looking at something, and then I look up, and he's a fucking potato.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
Dude, he's not this potato.
Is that is that a Diglett? That's like a jack potato.
That's a jack potato, bro. This is a Boston potato, not an Idaho potato.
A Boston potato. I am shaking.
Steve's originally from Boston, so this thing is a little. Yeah, this is it's a racy potato, that's for sure.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, that's I'm uncomfortable looking at that. I'm uncomfortable looking at that because I'm attracted to potato. Does this make you
feel better?
Jesus.
Is that a waifu potato? You have a problem, Steve. I'm sorry to bring up. This whole thing is actually
a secret intervention.
Yeah. We didn't want to tell you until I came up.
Oh, that PigCake. He makes
But we haven't done a formal. Like me on your thing, which I'm kind of.
No, we're going to make it happen.
We will do it.
I have beef with you guys. That's what I want to show up here and be like, hey, I have beef with you guys. Because
what's your beef? Let's hear it.
You do this, right? I see all the people. I was looking through your Instagram. I was Instagram stalking you. And then it's like, hey, you could have had me. I could have talked for, 2 hours about stuff.
Dude, we're going to have you on. I have to say, when we had Omar on, we talked to Omar about this because Omar was a huge advocate. And we were like, We've listened to the HamRadio show. We've watched your videos, and we're always like, man, we're just worried that like PigCake's gonna come on and get us demonetized in the first 30 seconds.
Oh yeah,
And Omar's like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to, and that's why we're 7 hours into this stream and you came on. So.
You really should have had me on last, but I'm being tamed. Notice I'm being very.
No, and you are, and I'm shocked, but I'm also appreciative of it because I know, and again, like I said, I have mad respect for the fact that you are 100% you all the time, and I love it. I think it's something that we as people in general don't do often enough, and I respect that a lot. So when you come on for the standard Deckin Around, be you. If we get a demonetized episode, that is perfectly fine. I don't care if you don't have. I mean, I was gonna say you might not have pants on now. You don't have to wear pants for that one either if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I was tempted not to because I realized this is a 50 millimeter. I could be completely nude from the waist down, and you would never know. Like right now, it's Schrodinger. It's Schrodinger's under right now because you don't know. I could.
Is he awake or dead?
Yeah, just wait till I accidentally walk that way, and then you just see the whole thing. You see the whole fruit bowl. That's not a real
oh my god
for anyone. But what are you guys are doing this 24 hours? I get like really bitchy after maybe being up for 2 hours longer than when I usually go to sleep. So I don't know how you're dealing with like caffeine. Are you guys getting trashed? Like how are you doing this?
So last year Jackson was drinking. We did drink a little bit. Jackson drank a little too much and tried to do some cardistry and dancing. Yeah, Steve drinks tea throughout this whole thing. Okay. Yeah, he was doing Jackson's never done cardistry in his life. We had Jaspers and Kevin Hull on. He was showing them his worm while also like dancing around the room. It was very it was kind of like a weird cardistry mating dance.
I was drawing portraits of spades.
Yeah, okay. Drew some amazing portraits of Spade. So Drunk Jackson was fun, but we realized that it exponentially increases the recovery time if you're drinking during this thing. So this year it's a lot of like water and hydrating.
Yeah, 24 hours.
I think you actually get past the grumpy stage at some point too, and you just turn into like delirious.
Okay.
So like think of like when you were like younger and you could stay up for like 2 days, and at the end of 2 days you're like, oh my god, I'm seeing shit. Now that's like hour 18. So
yeah. Well, that's why I'm kind of upset that I decided to accidentally join you here at this time when you guys are like awake and nice. Whereas I wanted to be the 23rd hour guy. That's like, oh, you guys are just like, all right, guy, dude, are you done? And then you just end it. And then abruptly, that's what I wanted to do.
I'm going to give you, you know what? We're going to do something we don't usually do here. We're going to do a little pre-planning because this is an annual thing, which means that next year, if you'd like hour 23, it's yours.
I'm calling it now. Give it to me. All right. Give it to me. That's what I want.
Shotgun. Done. We got it down.
Lord knows I get sideswiped by another GMC Acadia by a woman.
Oh my God. Of all the worst cars to get hit by too. What the fuck?
Could you imagine?
That's like getting hit by a smart car.
Yeah, dude.
You probably would have walked away fine from a smart car, actually. But I'm glad to hear though that you walked away from this well enough. I mean, how did that work out for you?
Terrible. It was awful.
AJ says you're always the 24-hour guy, Pigs.
I'm the 24. What's that mean? I feel like that's low key an insult. I don't know. That seems kind of weird.
AJ doesn't do. I don't know. He only does compliments.
Oh yeah, no. I know. I've seen him on.
C-Dub says he drives an Arcadia.
He drives an Acadia. Every time I see one, I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know. And the worst part is the woman that hit me. She has a stripper name. Her name was Scarlett. What? Could you imagine getting hit by a kid? And the worst part is that she hit me. And then it broke my ankle immediately. And she kept driving. That was the part that got me upset. So my bike, like the stop sign. Oh, this fucking thing.
C-Dub says you're 24 inches tall. Maybe that's why she didn't.
24 inches tall. Yeah.
She didn't know. She didn't know she hit anything.
Jackson's dying
yeah.
over there
She's like,
right
what's
now.
that bump? Is that a bump? That's a really aggressive bump that she took. But dude, she skid my bike pretty much several feet, and I had a weird homeless man pull my leg, and I had a broken ankle, and he tells me, "Oh, I fixed your leg." I'm like, "No, you what? What are you crazy?"
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah,
it's
so that was
like
a weird
when
time.
they clean your window when you're inside the store, and you come out and they're already done cleaning the window, and you feel bad. You got to pay him then.
You know,
like,
I've had a homeless guy.
I've
had a homeless guy when I was on a motorcycle offer to clean my bike with like a newspaper and a squeegee. I'm like, what are you gonna? Like, I get the windshield, but the bike. What are you gonna clean my glasses? Like, how does that make sense? Right? We get a lot of those here. I don't know if you guys get that in Jersey, and
I'm in like very rural Jersey, so there's not much homeless people like population wise around here. I'm not too far from the city though, like New York. I'll go up there every once in a while. And
okay. Yeah. I wanted to go.
Everyone's homeless in New York.
Everyone's homeless in New York. You live in a giant sneeze. In New
honestly,
York.
It's funny because like having traveled to other cities, you always come back to New York and you're like, yeah, it's home, but it always smells like shit. Like, it's definitely the most disgusting city I've ever been to.
It's kind of like San Francisco. San Francisco stinks.
But like, it's got some nostalgia to it, you know?
Okay. Like all right. Whereas here, the every time I mention that I'm from Miami, the perception is, oh, Miami. Yeah, that's actually factual. Everybody here, not me, but everybody. And you'll get offered. You'll be at a Denny's and they'll be like, hey, you want? No, dude. I'm trying to have wings over my hammy. Not trying to get lit at whatever 10 in the morning,
10 a.m. eating some pancakes.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird. You get offered everywhere, and obviously crazy. Not for free, but you get offered to buy to anything. They'll open up their jacket. They're like, I got everything. I got Molly, Advil. I got Tylenol if you want. It's like, what?
You don't want any? Do you want to be a delivery driver for us?
They'll sell you acne medication. They don't care if you do. It's full. I thought that was a bottle of like tequila for a hot second, Tyler.
I wish. No, it's just water there.
Yeah,
water from Michigan.
I'm trying to keep it. It's still a little early. Well, it's not even that early here. The tequila won't get broken out yet. So
okay, all right. Yeah, I realized that every time I tend to do one of these, I try to get hammered, and I've realized that it's embarrassing looking back on them because I'm like, I know I'm trashed. So I've done a couple of these where I'm just belligerent. I'm like, I don't even know how I got through those, but it's fun to do it that way. I've realized I'm not. In this one, believe it or not, I'm just drinking a 2-liter of Diet Coke.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's my sobriety for today. It's also early.
Yeah, it's early enough. Like, if we get too drunk too early, it'll be a disaster. So,
but you guys are at that age because I mean, at 31, it already hits me like a brick. I get hungover during, like when I'm. Is that
you take too long of a break between drinks and you start getting that weird headache? Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like what?
But then like a day and a half after.
I don't drink at all. I've never been buzzed, so I don't know.
Yeah? Okay. Okay. Wow. I used to be like that. I was straight edge until I was 27. And then I'm like, no, you know what? I'm good.
Holy
good.
Shit. What caused that transition there? That's a long time.
I don't know. I don't know. I figured genetically maybe my dad is like a Muslim and they don't drink. Right. And my mom's probably gotten like hammered once in her life. So I'm like, I was just never attracted to it. And then eventually I wanted to get into mixing drinks. I'm like, and then now it's like, wow, dude, I've been missing out on all this excitement, but it's better. It's better being straight edge. I miss that life, but I also enjoy drinking. So
yes, you know what? There's flavors you get from drinking that you don't get from other things. Like the getting drunk can be fun in the moment. It's always the after that it really hurts you.
Yeah. I've had some violent hangovers too. That's just they're fun though. And then what the best part is that, for example, I'll go drinking I do streams on Wednesdays and Sundays typically.
Nice.
And Sunday, I've had a couple that I'm just all right, guys. Hey, hey there, welcome to the stream.
This just got music playing in the background. Your head's down on the keyboard.
Yeah, just terrible. I remember going to Starbucks once. This was a recent pool party, and they had to almost wheel me out I'm a short guy. It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much, right? But this one was a little bit fun because the next day I was so hungover that they called my name like 4 or 5 times in Starbucks, and I was just standing there like the emoji, just like this, for
staring at them, making them really uncomfortable.
A really uncomfortable amount of time, and they're like, "Okay, all right." Oh, I'm like, "Oh, that's my drink. All right, thank you." So I try to avoid those.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, when you go into Starbucks or wherever you go, do you give them the name PigCake, or do you actually give them your name?
Well, that's the thing, right? Well, here's the thing. I tried to keep my name secret throughout the entirety of the channel, right? I also tried to keep the face secret, so I didn't show my face for the first maybe 2 years of the channel. Yeah, but that was because I used to teach high school, and I didn't want.
You don't want to get fired.
Well, yeah, that's one. Could you imagine if they find out and then they see the face and then they're like, "Hey, I saw you making, penis jokes yesterday." That's it. You lost class. But I didn't do that. And then, funnily enough, I mean, everyone knows my name now, but I still try to keep it a little secret. I give them my real name. Which is funny enough when it's yelled out by a barista. But at least on the channel, I go by the PigCake, and I added a Rodriguez there. Notice.
Now, where did you get PigCake? Where did PigCake come from?
Well, I mentioned this a couple of times, and I want to keep that a secret as well for a while, but eventually I didn't care. It was an ex-girlfriend. Maybe it's that. Look at that. That's cultural appropriation on pigs, right?
On pigs, yeah.
No, I'm in a field. It's an open field.
You're in a field, okay.
I'm in a field.
But I had an ex-girlfriend that had a dream where I attended a party. And the best part is that she got upset at me because of the dream. Like, this is how, women work, that they'll get upset at you as something that you did in a dream. And you're like, that wasn't me. That was a fictional thing that you imagined in your head. I don't know what's wrong with you. But my excuse for attending this party was that there was a PigCake in the party. So then I remember her telling me this, and I'm like, I like the name. And I wrote it down maybe 2 years before I started the channel. And then I'm like, oh, you know what sounds like a cool name for a magic channel? PigCake. Sounds like a cool name.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And then look at this. What a wonderful ride it's been. So excited.
You used to teach high school, you said.
Yeah.
What subject?
What did you teach?
I don't know how seriously I could take dressing with human teeth. That's the scariest part. That's a nightmare, dude. I used to teach history and psychology, but to be honest, I winged history because I knew very little of history, but psych was my major.
To be honest, every teacher in the United States wings history.
They all wing everything, dude. When you work in education and you see, first of all, I taught, and that was when I didn't drink, right? So I was very my knowledge of people and their vices was very minimal because I didn't know what it looked like, right? And then now looking at it, they're always hammered. They're always hungover. Teachers are just showing up and they're like, all right, guys, today we're going to watch a movie, and it's like, oh, because you were trashed the night before, so you pick up on these things now. I didn't pick up on that before. And I didn't realize that I had a lot of administrators that were also showing up hammered, which was great because they're the ones leaving you reviews. And you're like, oh, this is not fair. I don't like this. But I taught history and psychology for, I think 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, it was a fun trip. Yeah, it's kind of weird whenever I mention that because people are like, what, huh? Because first of all, the height difference, right? So all the students are average height, and I'm here like, hey, guy, what are you doing? What are you doing? And imagine 6th graders that are like 5'8", half my age. And then they're here being fresh because they're taller than me. I'll kill you. I don't care.
Not nowadays.
5'8". If you're 5'9", 6 feet, I'll get on a step ladder. I'll change your life. Okay.
Yeah, 6 feet with a beard.
Yeah.
14 years old with a full beard.
That's the worst. Well, back then I also had like a Cuban boy haircut, which was terrible. I used to go to Supercuts and be like, let me just get a 2 and then scissors. And then that's how I used to teach. It was a rough time. But then eventually, look at this, the wonders of full-time magic.
Is magic what made you decide, forget it, I'm done teaching? Or was it kind of just like, forget it, I'm done teaching, let me figure something else out?
I got fired so hard. Okay. Yeah.
They heard that you were making penis jokes?
The shit out of, I wish that was a reason because then I would have made that a thing. But we had a disagreement. I mentioned something in regards to money, and they were kind of doing shady stuff with money. And they're like, oh shit, dude, you shouldn't have said that. and then they fired me because of that. Which is always the running joke. It's like, oh, you got fired. What you do? What you do? I'm like, nothing. I mentioned about money, and they decided to let me go because they were doing shady stuff. So it was a weird misunderstanding. But I might do it again next year. I might get back into that life. Surprisingly, I think in 2022. So I'm really setting myself up for being an alcoholic teacher stereotype.
Nice. Yeah, you're gonna teach psychology again, or
I hope so. I hope so. I keep having an itch. I mean, oddly enough, I still
get that
teach.
looked at.
Yeah, right. Another itch. All right, another.
I don't know if you want to teach with that.
yeah, that'd be a weird thing. Just always scratching. Well, it depends on where the itch is. Actually, no, really, an itch anywhere, because this is like a crack itch. If I'm just always like doing this,
if it's just like a chest itch or something, yeah, that's kind of a crack itch too. Anything you could see like Dave Chappelle as Tyrone Biggins doing, like that's probably not the best.
Dude,
I still die at that one bit where
oh
he
my
just
God,
punches through a
so
car,
good.
and then he reaches in for the stereo. You think he's gonna save the woman?
Yeah, Daniel, do you remember Tyrone Biggums? He doesn't know we're talking to him because he doesn't know his name.
Doesn't know his fucking name is Daniel.
Hey,
God damn it, Daniel.
Daniel, what?
Hey,
What?
Footface.
Daniel, sorry.
Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Did
Yes,
you remember Tyrone Biggums?
That sounds familiar. Is he a comedian?
Dave Chappelle.
He was a
little
character
bit.
Dave Chappelle played. Yeah,
He's kind of a comedian.
He was the crack addict that was always like,
oh, he's always scratching his neck.
Scratching his neck and licking his lips.
Yeah.
I didn't even have the chat here. I realized I've been neglecting because I've just been looking at your pretty faces.
Well,
and then I haven't even seen this chat here. What weird algorithm program do you guys have here that's doing this thing with the heist and stuff? Like, what are you guys using?
That is Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they have a cloud-based bot now where it has some games and loyalty points and all that fun stuff. And we decided we've been kind of teasing it and testing it the past couple of weeks, and we decided to go all in with it this time. So.
Okay, that's interesting. I realize now every.
Bit, Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
I said you got to play with it a little bit. See if people like it.
You got to play. Yeah. No, you're right. That's what I like. That's what I recommended for on a last video, because I made a video about a comment somebody made on the Magic Reddit about this magician that was invited to a party, and the guy goes, "Listen, man, I'm inviting you to the party. Just don't do any tricks. Please don't do any tricks." And the guy does tricks for 5 hours, according to this post. So what my advice was, do this: tickle them. Don't do your whole set. Just give them a little bit. If you want to show them something, if somebody says, "Hey, show me something," just do this, right? Give them a little bit of blue balls and then leave. You don't want to show your whole set, because then I don't want to say blew your proverbial load, but you blew your proverbial load, right? So you wasted.
I thought this meant like you were feeling the shower water, the bath water, to make sure it was warm enough.
Feel the bath. What bath water?
You're fondling. It would be
get
the nuts.
You're feeling the bath water.
No,
do you have a gravity
sure you're talking about.
I'm kidding, guys. Calm down.
Be quiet, Daniel.
You ever see that joke? I'm not even going to do the joke. There's 4 dudes on here. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you need at least one.
PigCake brings out the worst in me. See?
I'm sorry, dude. I do that to people. I bring out just the absolute worst for society. But
I love it now. You bring out the best, no question about it.
What hat are you wearing?
Bring out the authenticity.
What hat are you wearing?
What hat am I wearing? It's a hat with a hat on it. I had it made for me at a mall.
That is fucking awesome.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. $25 at Dayland Mall. I'm like, could you put a hat on my hat? He goes, huh? Excuse me? I'm like, well, okay, it's a hat. Could you find a hat and put it on the hat? But then now everybody's doing that. I've seen them in stores being sold like this.
Man, you were ahead of the curve. You should have monetized.
You should put a hat on the hat that's on your hat.
That's on my ooh.
Next level.
The guy that made it was like one of these guys that's like, eh. When you ask him like, hey, could you get me a hat? He goes, eh. You know, I don't know how many ants you have over there, but they're my people, the Cubanos. So I don't know how that guy managed to get through life, but it's like, hey, I want to get a hat on my head. He goes, I'm sorry, mister. I don't know what you mean. Like, I want to get a hat, like a design of a hat, but on the back of your hat. He goes, I still don't know what you. So imagine explaining the meta of like, no. Then I want a hat in the hat on the hat. He would have lost it.
You just got to draw it. If you draw it.
I quit, Holmes. So it would have been one of those.
You got to just draw it for him, and then he'll be like, oh,
I get it now.
I get it.
My familia. This is for my family. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's a hat. I've been trying to make my logo on hats, but that's a nightmare. I don't know if you guys have worked with that, like trying to find a hat company that does
It's
that.
tough to find like someone who actually does good quality hats. Like surprisingly.
I have
Jackson, you guys have hats, right, Jackson?
We do, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a good company. It's called Branded Bills Custom. They do great work.
Okay. I'll look into that because I do the
BrandedBillsCustom.com.
Okay, but
I had a friend that used them and they came out great.
Okay. I'm always worried about that. That's my thing. Whenever I go through like the one that I use now is like Teespring because it's just easy. But as far as hats, trying to get a hat with them, it's like trying to do like a root canal colonoscopy. Like it's not a fun thing. So
at the same time, a root canal and a colonoscopy.
Yeah. It's
getting it from both ends there.
Yeah,
no good.
That'd be kind of difficult having your root canal done while you're on your side.
They say it's non-invasive. That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. That's
Dude, I just had a root canal and it was pretty easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I have a root canal. It's not a root canal story, but I remember when I was younger, I went to the dentist because Cuban women don't believe in dentists, right? So my mom was like, just brush your teeth. Like, what are you, crazy? What do you mean you go to the dentist? Brush your teeth. So I went to the dentist because I had a pain in my mouth that made me want to shove my face through a window. And the guy goes, dude, in my 30 years, I've never seen like a worse root canal than what you have. I'm like, whoa, wow, okay. You need surgery immediately. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. That was 31 now. I think I was 14. I never went back to the point where I kept getting letters from the person from the office going, dude, you need to come in. This is serious. And then the last letter I got saying, hey, Dr. Rodriguez is retiring after 40 years and whatever. So that was the last letter that I got. But I think
you drove him to retirement.
Yeah, literally from that particular thing. Thanks to my Cuban mom.
He's like, I've been trying for 30 years to get this guy in. He won't come in.
Yeah,
I give
exactly
up.
What it felt like.
If I can't get this one patient in, I can't get any other patients in.
Yeah, tremendous. Right. Yeah, I just love the intensity. It's like, hey, dude, you need to do this. You need to do this. And then eventually, I just got the letter saying this guy's done. He's retiring. It's over. So your chance is done. Yeah, but that was a fun time in my life.
Yeah. I need to go to the dentist too. My teeth has issues.
I don't think that's the way he talks.
Steve only has like two voices.
I was gonna say I appreciate the effort, but you got to commit. You got to do the whole bit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is that better? Is that better?
Daniel.
Oh, don't call me Daniel. My name is Rickshaw. I don't know how I came up with Rickshaw though.
Just making up.
How do you do this, Tyler? How do you deal with this?
The shows are usually a lot shorter.
Oh yeah, I realize. Yeah, now how long do you guys usually go for? Like an hour and a half?
Anywhere from about an hour and 15 to 2 and 15, somewhere around that range.
All right, that's cool. That's fine.
Wait till 23-hour hits.
Oh my god!
All the stops.
Gosh, man.
The worst thing that could have ever happened is Xavier Spade showed Steve snap filters.
Yeah, dude, that was him that showed you that.
Nobody's played the fart song for PigCake.
I know that is kind of surprising.
What is that?
Huh? Oh, you'll have to.
We have a song that if people donate and request it, we play this fart song, and it's basically literally a song composed of farts.
Okay, I'm glad nobody's done that.
It's a great auditory adventure.
It really is.
It's the best ASMR experience ever.
And the problem is too, towards the end of it, you're like, oh my god, this just needs to end, and it does, but in like the most unsatisfying way possible. So.
But hold up. But you guys have done this already. Like you guys have already done like a 24-hour.
So this is our second 24-hour. We do it once a year, right around Christmas. So yeah, we did it last year as well. It was fun. You know, we had a good time. Okay. And this all kind of started because when we had Jackson on before we kind of started doing the 1 to 2 hour vibe for our shows, we had Jackson on for about 6 hours and change. And after that one, and we used to do the show Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So it started at 8 p.m. and we finished at about 4 something in the morning, and I had to go to the office the next day.
It was a blast.
And I was like, oh, dude, it was rough. And I'm like, we're never doing another 6 hour episode again. And then we realized real quick, they were like, you know what? Let's do once a year. We'll do a 24-hour, and that gives us the opportunity to get all the long shows out of our system. There we go. Stu Bateman, thank you so much, Stu. If you want us to play.
Come on, with the fart song. Yeah.
PigCake dance. Dance, bro.
I'm trying to find the fart equivalent of that in terms of deck. Seeing that this is called Decking Around. Let me see if I could throw shade on somebody here. I brought my I have like a thing here that like a tank of cards. I don't know what to call it. Like I have a couple of them.
Trundle?
A
Trundle of cards?
A trundle? Okay. Let me see. That's I'm in what? Okay. There's this Princess Bride. That's kind of like a terrible one.
Oh, that's a albino dragon deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've shown this is the design that I've had for God knows how long.
They
But
did that back when they
unfortunately,
did the Goonies deck.
what do you mean?
That's the one
Look at this.
That's the one that they stole the back design from me.
Oh yeah?
Goonies?
Yeah,
No
totally.
way.
Absolutely.
The Goonies one?
No, the Princess
Princess
Bride.
Bride? Yeah.
No.
Oh, so we got beef
Absolutely. That back design is totally my back design ripped off.
here.
'Cause
That
I
was
was-
fucking epic.
They asked me to
Which
do
deck?
that deck in the very beginning, and I was on deck to design that, and I designed a back for it. And then they were doing some
Wow.
shady stuff I didn't like, and I bolted. And then they had somebody else redraw my back design.
That is
What?
crazy.
Okay.
Bro.
Yeah. That's shady shit.
That's
I was gonna
fucked
say
up.
I like there's a deck that me and my friend had a joke about. Are you good? I'm not looking, but I don't
Dude,
really
that's
wanna...
the best one ever. I love that one.
What, the ripoff?
No, that's
No.
This
Oh, I didn't even thank God I wasn't looking.
dude, that's
I
so
have
good. I
these.
love that one.
Right. I don't know if this is gonna focus, but these are Bin Wangs. This is my favorite
Oh.
deck of knockoff.
they're like the
Oh,
B
cards.
knockoffs, right? Love
Yeah.
those.
I gave
What?
a deck
I've
of
never
these.
seen those.
This has been Wang. They have Beer Wang. They have, I think, Cock Wang. They have just a bunch of like weird names. But I gave one to Jers from
Nice.
Cardamundi.
Armandi?
Like I gave him like hey, look at this brotherhood right here, and I gave him one. And then he looked through the deck, and it's the amount of IPs that are infringed on this one deck alone. Right? It's
I love
so the
China.
Jokers. Look at the Jokers. They're like the Cardamundi Jokers. I don't
Oh,
know
Dude,
if
that
God.
is so good.
focus. Yeah, but they're literally carded. Like it's not even like a funny, haha. Hey, this is it's the same shit.
Dude,
That's so good.
China for you.
Yeah, so that's the Bin Wangs. Those are my favorite ones. But I always use those as an example when people complain that you can't do tricks with like crap decks. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Just have a little bit more of what I like to call virginity. Like just spend some time practicing, and you could do anything with any deck. So I used to use
Yeah.
those exclusively because a lot of
That's
people said, "Oh, I
awesome.
can't do the sleight with the thing and the pinkies." Like you could do it with any deck of playing cards. Just practice a little
Dude,
bit.
like honestly, you see people over like magicians in India who've been using the same deck of cards
Mhm.
literally for 4 years because they,
Yeah.
they just can't afford,
Mhm.
I'm not obviously not saying
Mhm.
people, but specific people who have, talked about decks in the past that, have had the same deck for 3-4 years because they can't afford decks and
Yeah.
they're not easily accessible over in
Mhm.
India in certain areas. So they've been using the same deck and
Yeah.
they can still they
Mhm.
still can do crazy tricks, and it's just
It's an excuse. It's an excuse, and magic is a performance art. You got to practice. This is the virginy part of the
Right.
podcast, but you got to practice and you got to put the work in. And some people don't want to put the work in; they want instant gratification, and you're not going to get that. This is it's like imagine wanting to immediately learn a song in a guitar, but not taking the times to learn the chords and learn the actual finger placements. It's a little bit ridiculous, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that want that in
Yeah.
magic. So it's kind of gross, but. I tend not to like. I'm also anti-magician. I don't know if that comes off, right? I'm not a huge fan.
of Tyler. You're on mute, bro.
Yeah, Tyler, you're muted.
Yeah, no,
I was
though.
like,
I think that's good though. I think we've seen kind of through your videos, it comes through a little bit that whole like anti-magician vibe, and
hate 'em.
that's good now
I
because
hate them.
yeah, that you don't want to be the stereotypical magician.
You don't, man. And I've mentioned this a couple times. So the one that really upsets me is like, let's say you're at a magic show and all you hear is like you're at a magic show, you're watching another magician, and then if you just like look in the audience and listen, all you hear are people practicing their most loud sleights. It's like, what a coincidence that you're choosing to practice your loudest sleight in the middle of this show. I went to a lecture the other day and there was a guy just in the audience just shuffling like that. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing? Nobody's here to watch you, dude. Nobody's here to see you. Put the cards down and
What do you
enjoy the
mean?
show.
Nobody's here to see me. Come on,
They're not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Practice your triple pharaoh knuckle like you're.
dude. I can't do that. What you just did, I can't do that shit. A fucking one-handed.
One-handed
You can't do that?
shuffle.
I
Yeah,
can't
I've
do that shit.
neglected so many women because of me just isolating myself. Like they're out here. They could smell this on you. If you could do this, they go, "Hey, could you do a one-handed shuffle?" I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I just smell it on you. I could smell it
That's
on
the
you.
qualifying criteria now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Dude, Miami must be brutal.
Oh yeah, and look at that, by the way, with Ben Wangs. That should
Yeah.
be a world record in itself. Doing a one-handed shuffle with these cards. I think they're honestly made from like beaver pubes. Like,
Really?
there's no way
That's
that they were
impressive.
manufactured in anything. But let me see if I could show you these. These are ones that I've been working on, but my designer has crippling anxiety, so he thinks that people are gonna be like, "No, man, they're bad." But this is the Jack from my deck. I like it
Nice.
because it's like he's kind of like a fat ass, like he's eating. I love the focus on this
Oh,
camera,
that's fun. That's fun.
right? But these are the cards that I've been working on for like ever
Nice.
now.
Cool.
I don't
Dude, I
want to say
like the
the
very
name.
like retro vibe to him, the colorway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's kind of because it's like a cake motif. But
Nice.
I've been sitting on these for 3 years, dude.
They must stink.
Yeah. Well,
Like
okay.
that? You like that one?
I was gonna
Like
make a joke, but I guess we'll have to wait for the actual official podcast, so I don't completely do. You know what sucks though? If you guys are doing 24 hours, like if you accidentally play like a track or play
Yeah.
something by accident,
Demonetizes the whole thing. Yeah. whole
yeah,
thing.
man. No, thank
So
you.
it's a lot of
Or
it's
we
a lot
could,
of
or we could just
a lot
we
of
could just
production.
edit out that one piece of
Yeah.
sound.
Okay.
You can't though, because you got to remember, after the fact, there's also another caveat to this whole process. YouTube has a processing limit of 8 hours. So after this live stream is done, this video is basically dead, which means that if they demonetize halfway through, you
It's
can't
gone.
fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for the streams, it's terrible. I hate that. Every
Yeah.
stream
And
that I do, there's not one stream that I've done that it hasn't hit me with the piss yellow mark. I'm like, I haven't talked about anything. I don't know what I did. And then it's like,
Oh
nope,
my
here.
god.
They have you
I feel
like
flagged,
that's
man.
how you
They're
know how
like,
you're doing it right.
PigCake put up a new video. Let's put yellow on it.
Get them. Well, you know what I've noticed too, not to be conspiratorial here, but I've noticed that there are people that tell me like, dude, I have all the notifications, every single button, because now it's like 12 buttons, right?
Yeah.
The flag, the subscription, the bell, I have all of that. And I still don't get notified when I put up stuff. So I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like
Dude,
that.
YouTube, if you look at like their whole thing, because that's like a big thing in their FAQ, they're like, oh, well, you have to make sure they change the settings here, 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 and here. It's like, all right, so you really have to do like 32 different things to make
Yeah.
sure you get them all. And even then, it'll downplay them if you do like like 2 things in a row. It'll be like, oh, we sent you the last one, we won't send you the next one. It's crazy.
Yeah. I find it
It's a
a
struggle.
little bit suspicious, but I deal with it. I don't care. I'm happy that I could do this, make a living, enjoy it, and until the bitter end, right? Until the bitter end. I'm on a pirate ship that's slowly sinking, but I'm not getting off of it. I'm not getting off of it. I'm gonna stay
Captain
on
goes
that.
down with the
Go
ship.
down with the ship. A
Yeah.
captain always goes down with the ship.
Unless it's the Concordia. I don't know if you've heard about that one.
No.
Right?
Titanic.
It was this ship that the captain was like the first guy out. This dude's like, I'm out. And he ended up doing jail time. There's a wonderful video.
Oh, this
that
was
a
the
guy made
cruise
on-
liner that like
the
tipped
cruise
over.
liner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the captain was
I
like, all
forgot
right,
about
yeah,
that.
you guys figured out. Like he did one of
See?
these and then disappeared.
Oh,
Did
my
he kiss his
God.
fingers first?
Yeah, he did the what is that? LL Cool J? That's a dated
Hey, Ty, let's do our giveaway real quick.
All right.
giveaway.
Let me see. Yeah. Let's see. What are we giving away on this one? Let me
Number
find
8,
it here.
a mixed half brick from TCC and Deckin Around, and 3 Jet Setter decks from Paul over at Jet Setters Playing Cards.
And the
And-
fungi used Mystic Mushroom. No.
Will you sign that with your tongue?
That's
Just lick every card.
Yeah, I'll
Here you
do
go.
that.
PigCake. Here's some love for you right here, though. That's the wrong one. Well, God damn, this thing goes too fast. There we go. Rob Charles says PigCake Academy is so good, by the way.
Look at that. Shilling.
Yes.
Notice I haven't even shield. That's how bad of a business person I am.
Ryan, we appreciate the super chat there as well.
There you go.
Dwayne Dibley is the new name for Daniel.
Thank you,
Wayne
Ryan.
Dibley.
Is that a
Dwayne.
Thank
reference?
you, Ryan.
I don't know, but that's a good name either way.
Dwayne Dibley. Sounds like
But
somebody you
Dwayne
would buy
is-
drugs from.
Except it's not actually Dwayne, it's Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dwayne Dibley.
Dwayne.
So there, Dwayne
Dwayne.
Dibley. There we
Watch your
go.
mouth.
The
Whoa.
new raffle is open for everyone out there in the chat. Make sure to drop
not-
! raffle in the
not
chat. Get your entry. Nice little Memento Mori V2 right there, the blue edition. Nice
I
one.
love that. I love the beef. I love the
Yeah.
beef. That was my favorite thing.
How do
in
you
this
feel
deck.
about that beef?
I think it's dumb. I thought it was dumb because I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Chris, right? We've met a couple of times. He gave me a beautiful lovemaking session that I'll never forget. But
Nice.
I think it's the dumbest thing. I remember when the video that he put on this, and I'm like, dude, come on. Like, if you worked for them, you made it with them, it's theirs.
Yeah,
not
it's
yours.
theirs.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then
100%.
that's a mistake that I think people make when it comes to working for companies. And luckily, you know, I've been able to do this independently. That's not to say that I wouldn't completely slut out if any company was like, "Hey, man,
If the right number came along, yeah.
right?
Sure.
If the illusionist wants me to do Ninja 3, yeah, I'll do it. What? Huh? Like, I'll sell out immediately for money. But you work for a company and you put your heart and soul in a project. Unfortunately, that's not yours. That's theirs.
Yes.
You're making it for the company. They're paying you a salary. What you do for them is under the, I guess, auspices of them, their brand.
100%. Yep. 100%.
So if you come out with a deck that you put your face on, that you know, they design, and they decide to come up with a knockoff, not a knockoff, but like a color wave that they just literally did in 2 seconds. That's life, dude. Unfortunately, you got a salary, you made the deck.
Dude,
You know?
what a lot of people don't realize. What a lot of people don't realize these days too, and this actually comes up a lot in like the tech industry. If you're a programmer for someone like, say, Apple, Google, whoever, and you design something not for them but for you on their time, they have a right to it.
Yeah, that's theirs.
And
that's
it's crazy.
yours.
Most of their contracts have that in there. And obviously, you know, for anyone going into that industry, seek legal advice if you have questions. But at the end of the day, like, there is so much you don't realize. Like, that time, that's bought time. It doesn't matter what you're doing, how busy you are, whatever. That's bought time. So
yeah. I've heard the same with equipment too. That if you make certain thing or content using the company's equipment, my dude, they're liable to not the entire thing, but like a part of it.
Part of it, yeah. Which makes sense, yeah.
So shady.
Especially
but
if stuff goes viral.
It's you know what the crazy thing is I think I'm freezing again, but whatever. The crazy thing is, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. The crazy thing is you know, is it Mashable?
The tech company or
Mashable. What was that big? It's the big YouTube channel that does all
stuff?
these different skits. It's kind of like
Perfect.
big, like no, it's this way. No, it's like a company. I don't think it's Mashable, but it's
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed, that's it.
There you go. Okay.
There was a big problem with BuzzFeed not paying their creators enough money because they were getting so much money from their videos.
Yeah.
And you know, I had a conversation with Leslie about it, and she was like, they need to pay their creators. I was like, they get paid a salary. It doesn't matter if their videos that they create hit 10 million, 30 million, 40 million views.
Yeah.
They're working for their salary. That, you know, and
everybody left. They had a massive outflux of people just dipping because they're like, we put all this time, this effort, but it's unfortunately that's what happens when you work for a company. You're liable to them. You're there. Whatever you make is theirs. And if you want to make something independent, then you have to break out, because look at what the company offers you. They offer you resources, things that you can't have if you're independent unless you're extraordinarily wealthy. So if you want to come up with even a deck on your own, I mean, the process is quite laborious. Even now that it's been more streamlined than ever to come out with stuff, you know, the process at least 8 years ago is nowhere what it is today. It's still something that takes time, effort, and money. So you're doing that under a company. I'm sorry, but that's theirs. So that's theirs. And I guess that was a whole bit with this one. But I just remembered seeing that and all the comments, and I'm like, you guys don't understand. You don't know.
No, I agree with man, 100%. All right, let's give this giveaway away, because our person who is next is hanging out.
Let me see where I'm at here. PigCake, for real though, honestly, we're having you on. No question about it. Don't feel slighted at all. It's literally
slighted.
We're
slighted.
Well,
don't be sneaky.
No pun intended. No pun intended. But that being said, now we're definitely gonna have you on, and you can demonetize the shit out of that episode if you'd like. We don't mind.
You know what? We won't even monetize it. How's that?
I'm so hyped.
We'll leave the ads off just so we don't get
excited.
I can't wait to have you on.
Naked.
I'll make sure that Steve's Snapcam is broken that day.
Please do. It was great talking to you guys, man. It was great being here. I hope
work by then anyway.
Sorry, Steve was interrupting me rudely. As I was saying, thank you guys for having me on here, and I appreciate it, and hope to talk to you guys soon, man. Hope
no, without a doubt. Honestly, we'll make something happen. It's been honestly a pleasure, and safe riding out there, man. Honestly, I'm gonna check out the bike you mentioned that you have now, because I'm curious. Because again, short people riding motorcycles is tougher than people expect.
Short Kings. Put your hand on my hand. There you go.
There we go.
Where's mine? Where's mine? Huh? Where's mine? Oh wait.
I feel
Well,
the
you're not a
energy.
short king. You seem to be.
Dude,
And you.
I'm the same
And you.
height as Tyler.
Steve is
Are you?
like a half an inch taller than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
This is the
5'6"
Eiffel
and a half,
Tower.
bro.
Hold up. This
Yes,
is the Eiffel Tower. There you go.
We'll get the tower going.
Yeah.
Cutie
No.
power?
Oh, there you go.
Cutie power?
Huh?
No, no, there you go. Yeah. you would think we
We're
knew how to
making-
do this after 90
It's
shows.
like a Zelda Triforce here. I'll get nerdy on it too.
Gross. Gross.
Oh,
Well, I
my
hope you
God.
guys enjoy your
PigCake's
next guest.
leaving.
Dude, absolutely. We're gonna give this guy a hard time about Omar's deck too, because we're having Lautrec on next.
I'll be
But dude,
listening, I'll be
honestly,
listening.
PigCake, it's been a pleasure, man. We will be in touch shortly, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of the year and the holidays, man.
Same to you guys. Same to you guys.
Peace
I'll
out, brother.
vanish
Thank you
right
so
now.
much. We'll reach out and make an actual show happen. He's gone.
I was gonna say a generous offer, but okay.
We'll give you that fee. What is it, $1?
Yeah. PayPal. PayPal. Cash out.
All right,
Dude,
I'll send you
entries
I'll
are
send you a
closed.
fungi deck.
Oh my God.
I'd rather get audited.
Oh my God. We'll send you the V2 of it.
Okay. I'll wait for it.
Oh my God. Dude,
Oh,
thank you so
man.
much for coming on.
Thanks,
It's been an absolute pleasure, though. Enjoy your evening. And for everyone out there, the raffle is closed. We are going to be doing the next giveaway winner here. It is coming in. All right. Drop it in the chat now.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Josh Craven, congratulations. You win the mixed half brick of TCC plus Deckin Around decks plus 3 jet setters. Make sure to send us a message, show@deckinaround.com. With your information, we'll get that deck out to you, or those decks out to you as soon as possible.